What's your message to Spurs fans as you come in as part of this extremely young, talented team?
I mean, that's going to change really quick. That's going to change quick. I mean, we're going to make the playoffs. But just, I think for the Spurs fans and everyone else, I think our group is very exciting. There's a whole lot to look forward to. I mean, just sky's the limit for this group that we got.
The San Antonio Spurs won the 2025 NBA draft without question. This team knocked it out of the ballpark. I absolutely love what the Spurs just did. The fact that this team got Dylan Harper and Carter Bryant in the same draft class is absolutely insane. That is an A+. Enough said. I mean, the Spurs just added 2 more young, talented pieces to their already impressive collection of young talent. The Spurs are ready to take a leap next season, guys. They are ready to take the West by storm. And in this one, I'm going to be taking a look at the 2 new players they just brought in and why the San Antonio Spurs are going to be an absolute problem. Do me a solid, drop a like on the video, and subscribe to the channel for more Spurs content just like this. So firstly, they bring in Dylan Harper, and Dylan Harper could have very well been a #1 pick in previous draft classes. This dude is as talented as they come, and I'm so glad San Antonio didn't overthink the pick because they already have guards. They could have easily said, we're going to draft based on best fit. No, you take the best player, and that they did. This draft class was Cooper Flagg, Dylan Harper, everybody else, and the San Antonio Spurs take Dylan Harper, who's going to absolutely flourish in their system. Harper is a phenomenal talent. He averaged 19.4 points, 4.6 rebounds, and 4 assists in his freshman season, while shooting an incredible 48.4% from the field. His 33.3% from deep, that is something that he needs to work on. But there are reasons for optimism because Harper is shooting 37% on catch and shoot threes, and he does have a very nice touch around the rim. Even if he's not hitting 40% of his threes, Harper's still going to be a net positive offensively, and he's just got amazing, effortless creation for himself and others, and he's got a very deep bag. And this is a guy who can just get to the rim, and he's got nice size and strength at 6'6". He finishes at the rim at an elite level once he gets there. And Harper, he converted on 67.6% of his shots at the rim last year. His footwork is very advanced for a younger player. He absolutely changes the pace very well, and he can pick apart a defense, manipulate a defense with his drive. So Harper, he's going to bring a lot of athleticism, a lot of great traits to the Spurs team. Now, I know there's a lot of criticism about Harper's fit with the Spurs, given that they do have 2 lead guards already, and both of them do have shooting deficiencies in De'Aaron Fox and Castle. So the fit, I get it, it's not seamless, but it's not bad because Harper, he had to play off the ball when he was at Rutgers with Ace Bailey, and he did show that he can be a very good off-ball player, being a smart cutter, and he did hit a good number of catch and shoot attempts. So he should be able to seamlessly play with Fox and also with Castle. It'll be interesting to see if the Spurs deploy a 3-guard lineup with Fox, Castle, and Dylan Harper. We could also see a scenario where Dylan Harper comes from off the bench, but you look at Dylan Harper, I mean, this is the San Antonio Spurs point guard of the future. He's going to develop nicely, and I think he's going to immediately make an impact with this team. And Dylan Harper is just a mature player. Like, you see how he conducts himself. He looks like a player who's ready for the next level. And it's just that professionalism, it's that character, it's that winning mentality, it's just how he carries himself that leads you to think the Spurs, they got someone who I think can very well become an all-star in this league very, very soon. He's got comps to Cade Cunningham, James Harden, and I can see that. Dylan Harper is going to be a special player in this league for a very long time. And that wasn't the only great player they got. They got Carter Bryant at number 14, and there was speculation if the Spurs were going to trade up and get Malawach with their next pick, but they end up getting Carter Bryant, as he checks all of the boxes of a modern 3-and-D wing. He's going to provide necessary floor spacing for the San Antonio Spurs. Carter Bryant not only is a great defender, he's got a nice shot, and he's got a nice shooting stroke, and this is a guy that was still able to hit 37.1% of his threes, And I think he's just going to be an amazing 3-and-D type player for the San Antonio Spurs. Somebody who can stretch the floor, hit threes, and he's just a strong defender. He's versatile as a wing player, and he excels at guarding multiple positions. And he's able to use that length and athleticism and just quick lateral movement to disrupt the opposition. And his defense includes strong on-ball defense. His ability to make plays as a weak side defender is tremendous, and he's just super effective on closeouts. And he's a reliable three-point shooter, going back to his offense. His offensive game is still developing, especially when it comes to creating his own shot. But again, his shooting mechanics look really, really promising. I think Carter Bryant has a chance to be the steal of the draft. He's already being touted as that. I think he's got all the mechanics. I think defensively he's already there. And if that offensive progression continues, that shooting progression continues, again, this is a guy, albeit a small sample size, hit 37% of his threes. He can be a very, very solid player for the Spurs team, and he can be a part of this young core and flourish with this young core. I mean, you look at the timeline of these players, guys, they're super, super young. With Castle, Wembanyama, Dylan Harper, and Carter Bryant, like, if this group clicks, along with De'Aaron Fox, who's heading into the prime of his career, like, this is going to be a special group for a very long time. So the San Antonio Spurs, they have set themselves up nicely. I love what they're doing in San Antonio. I think they are going to take that step forward this season. You look at the talent, it is just oozing right now. I mean, the potential starting five looks solid. Are they going to have that 3-guard lineup in the starting lineup? That remains to be seen, but you're going to have Barnes, still the veteran. You have Sohan. You, of course, got Wemby going into year 3. And this rotation, it's going to shape up nicely. We'll see what the Spurs do in terms of their lineups, but there's a lot of talent. And the San Antonio Spurs, they have a young core that I think rivals the OKC Thunder right now. Like, when you talk about the best young cores in all of basketball, it's OKC number 1 because they just won the championship, but San Antonio is right there. Like, they are knocking on the door, because when you look at all of these great young talented players that they have, you can see it's only a matter of time until this team puts it all together and makes it work and just explodes onto the scene. So I love what the San Antonio Spurs did. Again, they absolutely won the draft, in my opinion. And these are 2 outstanding players. They have a top 2 player of this draft in Dylan Harper, and then arguably the steal of this draft, a guy who I think a lot of teams are going to say, damn, we should have taken Carter Bryant. How good do you think the Spurs can become, and how soon do you think we can see that? Leave a comment down below, hit a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. That is it for me, Luke signing off. Thanks for watching. I will catch you all again in the next one.